Lockport Township High School and Carl Sandburg High School. These two schools are the textbook definition of rivalry. But where did this extraordinary rivalry begin? And just how big is it?
The rivalry between Lockport and Carl Sandburg is unbelievably huge. It goes way back to the early days. We work hard against them and they work hard against us. But ultimately it comes down to who wants it more.
Right now my record against Sandburg is 1-0. We had an exciting overtime victory just a couple of weeks ago, and one that I'm sure will go down in the history books and the memories of many of our players and student athletes.
The biggest reason behind the rivalry is probably the district boundary. The district line between the two schools is literally a 30-foot wide road. Will Cook Road is the only thing that separates the Porters from the Eagles.
They're in our backyard. I can't sleep at night when I know we're going to play them on the next week in Friday's football game, or any sport for that matter.
I think that the reason for the rivalry is because of the close proximities in the community. Lockport incorporates not only Lockport but Homer Glen and Crest Hill, and parts of Homer Glen. Those students, some of them also go to Sandburg, and even though Sandburg's in Orland Park, then we have people that live right across the street from players and people that are associated with Sandburg High School. Beating Sandburg for the community is kind of a bragging rights thing. Once again, it's not a bragging right between the two schools. Obviously, we think we're better than Sandburg, and Sandburg thinks that they're better than us. As far as the community itself, Orland Park is a community that's full of shopping centers. In Lockport, it's an old-time community. We have the canal running through it, and the people here are hard-working people where sometimes I think their association with what happens at Orland, we just have two different types of community, and it's the rivalry between the communities. It's important and carries over into sports and athletics.
The Porters have a very strict code of respect for their opponents. As a Porter, one does not provoke any confrontation. The same cannot be said about Sandburg. As the Porters will tell you, they're just rude. It has actually been reported that when Lockport buses pull into Sandburg's parking lot, fans start booing the Porters before they even get off the bus. In the past 4 years, the Porters have had some issues beating Sandburg. But this year, that has all changed. The Porters won in overtime 27-24. Many students will tell you that they have their doubts, but are glad to have been wrong.
Going into the Lockport-Sandburg game this year, as far as a game plan, it was a matter of one of us is getting a free ticket to the state playoffs. Both of us coming into the game this year were 5-2, and we knew that a win in the football game this year was going to give one of us that automatic bid to the state playoff series. So the incentive was simply to go out, play hard, play the way that we always expect our players to play, and at the same time know that there was a big ticket dangling in front of our noses, and we just needed to go out and get it.
Our overall record with Carl Sandburg is 19-11. We've lost to them for the last 4 years. We beat them this year, and we plan on keeping that tradition going.
In the fourth quarter, when we were down 21-14, we were down, but we definitely weren't out. We kept playing our game. They were playing well. We just wanted it more. We blocked a field goal late in the fourth quarter, and that spurred the offense to go down and get the game-tying touchdown and send it into overtime. Winning that game in overtime was absolutely surreal. Coming from being 2 minutes away from losing the biggest game of the year on our home field in front of our home crowd, it was just absolutely amazing.
This rivalry has been a long, winding road and will likely continue for many years. It's hard to say where this rivalry will lead. Only time will tell.